This episode of Vintage Stormfront Freaks has been previously recorded.
That sound can only mean that it's time for TROLLBOT. So TROLLBOT is an awesome robot that helps us understand what people in meteorology or weather people actually wanted to say to all those horrible, horrible people who think they have to say terrible things out there. Phil, I hear you found a doozy for this week's TROLLBOT.
Well, so here's what I have to explain to you all. Adam, you were talking about it earlier, right? AI is like becoming huge. It's a huge thing, and it's growing. When it starts becoming mainstream, right? That's when it kind of hits its pace. So I thought, you know what? We need to upgrade Weather TROLLBOT. And so what I did is I went and I found basically some AI data and software, and I started downloading into Weather TROLLBOT. The problem with Weather TROLLBOT is she's really old. We found her at a garage sale, and we've kind of repurposed her, but so she's kind of still processing this download. Okay. So we're still gonna use her tonight. I just don't know necessarily what to expect because she's still really young in her processing phase. And so I don't know what to expect, but we're still gonna give it a shot. So the first one, and here's what's really unique tonight. A lot of our Weather TROLLBOTs have been women, right? Women getting trolled and all that bull crap. Tonight, we have two men that are also getting trolled and responding to that. And one is none other than friend of the show, James Spann, chief meteorologist at ABC 3340 in Birmingham. And he basically was talking about fall streak holes in central Alabama. He said they're generally caused by a passing aircraft. When an aircraft passes through these types of clouds, the air around its wings and body expands and cools, and this can trigger the droplets to turn into tiny ice crystals. And when that happens, they fall and it leaves a hole behind in the cloud. Okay?
Very cool.
So David Potter, not afraid to use your name if you're going to be stupid, says on social media, said, James Spann, the lying weatherman. Let's talk about HAARP. HAARP. I don't even know what that is. What is that?
I think that's like an old people retirement home.
Contrails. It's like
Wait,
the
that's
contrails.
Yeah, the chemtrails people.
Chemtrails.
All right, so he says, let's talk about HAARP and geoengineering, Mr. Lying Weatherman. Let's talk about cloud seeding and charging the ionosphere to intensify storms. Let's talk about harping and pulsating radar. Let's talk about those things instead. These pretty little distractions. Come on, Mr. Lying Weatherman. People are waking up to the fake weatherman that is James Spann. Get educated.
Hey, I've seen a pilot hit a button and start stuff cart flying out the back of the plane. So until you can explain that to me, no. I'm just
All right,
kidding.
Harp's waiting for your phone call there, Brady.
Yeah, that was urine.
All right.
That's all bullcrap. I know.
So here's the great, our weather friends that respond. They usually respond really politely and professionally and nice. And
Sure.
and James was pretty short with his response, but he said, "I believe David is off his meds tonight."
Okay, yeah.
So we probably know it was close to that because that was pretty good. But what we do is we got to plug the troll and the response. We got to plug all this into TROLLBOT and let her compute what James Spann was really thinking when he responded. Now, again, TROLLBOT's young in her processing here, so I don't know what we're going to get. But let's go ahead and plug it in. All right, we got it in. She's got to process. She's still kind of slow with the processing, but all right, let's see what she's got.
You talk about clouds and these fucking jabronis come out of the woodwork like motel cockroaches. This trash ass could use some medication or a jackass kick to his head.
She is young, I guess.
TROLLBOT's got Benjamin Button disease. She had some serious age regression.
I've never heard a 5-year-old say jabroni.
She's growing. It's amazing what AI is like. I almost was wondering who the hell are her parents, but it's AI. So
my God.
All
that
right,
was good.
so now we know what we're gonna get. Let's. So we're gonna go to the next one. This is Cruz Medina. He's a meteorologist at Channel 4 in Nashville, and this was basically kind of one-sided. He explained the troll, but also gave his response at the same time. He said a lady called the newsroom tonight and said she would change the channel because I was wearing lipstick. I had nothing on my lips, but I am Latino, and we generally have darker shaded lips. Brenda, please change the channel and also get a new TV because your saturation is off.
Could be.
All right.
Backhanded, but polite.
All right, let's I got to plug this into TROLLBOT.
No, with saturation.
All right, let her process that.
Someone tell this shit whispering bigot to watch another fucking channel or get a TV that's not from 1987. Who even calls a television station anymore? She can mouth sex a taser for all I care.
What was that?
God.
Did you just say mouth sex a taser?
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Who taught this young child robot these words?
That was
That was somehow worse than the jabroni comment.
That was bad.
God.
Brady's vocabulary just
terrible.
doubled.
all right. So all I have to say is we hope that TROLLBOT continues
teaser.
to mature over the next few
I
episodes.
hope so.
It gets a little better.
The Stormfront Freaks is now available on the Weather Store. Come shop our catalog of shirts, hats, and hoodies, all with our Stormfront Freaks logo and Outbreak logo. Plus, you'll find all your other favorite weather geek and storm chasing gear, footwear, and accessories. Visit the Weather Store at thewxstore.com, the exclusive supplier of the Stormfront Freaks.
All right, folks, it is time for Weather TROLLBOT 5000. So if you're a regular listener or viewer of the show, you know that Weather TROLLBOT, we found her in a garage sale initially, just kind of a robot, and we purchased her pretty cheap, but we repurposed her to be able to interpret what our weather friends were really thinking when they responded to their trolls. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see meteorologists, you'll see storm chasers, they'll get trolled on social media, but of course our weather friends are always very polite. They respond very professionally, but we know that that's probably not what they were really thinking initially. And so what Weather TROLLBOT does is we feed all that information into her. She interprets all that, and then she'll kick out what that person was really thinking when they responded to their trolls. So we always say this is where you got to put the earmuffs on the kids, because sometimes what they're thinking may not be appropriate for everybody. But the neat thing is a couple weeks ago or a month ago, I started playing with some new AI technology. And so I started incorporating that into Weather TROLLBOT. And when we first played it a month or so ago, it was still new. It was kind of still downloading. And so what she spit out kind of sounded like a little kid. Okay.
It was awkward. It was awkward, Phil.
It was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I think we've fully got that downloaded, and I've attached some celebrity voices to her output. So I'm hoping that when we enter all this information tonight, what she kicks out will be some celebrity voice. And so I'll kind of leave it up to all of you to see if you can interpret or if you can identify who that celebrity voice is. So I've got two to share with you tonight. One comes from actually one of our co-hosts, Jen Watson, sent this to us. Regarding Reynolds Wolf. So Reynolds Wolf is a meteorologist on the Weather Channel, and he got trolled by Jamal Johnson. Jamal said, "Reynolds Wolf, your on-air personality is unwatchable. I had to change the channel this morning."
Wow.
Wow.
Which, right. Like, why are
It's
you
not
even...
constructive. It's nothing.
yeah.
Nothing.
But Reynolds, very professional gentleman. He responded, "I'm honored you took the time to reach out and that you were able to watch for a few moments. Wishing you
That
and your
is
loved
not
ones."
what he was really thinking, Phil.
Well, it gets better. Wishing you and your loved ones great weather, amazing health, and continued success.
Oh, Reynolds, yeah.
So what we do? So I'm going to take all this information. I'm gonna plug it into TROLLBOT, and then she's going to be able to spit out what Reynolds was actually thinking. So let me enter this in, and then she's got to compute.
Fuck off, Jamal. Why are you even wasting your time? Say something, you whiny little bitch. Grab a ticket and hop on the train to fuck town.
Okay. Wow. So she's got a little Snoop Dogg in her, I guess. Whether TROLLBOT does.
I don't know which is better, the little kid one or the Snoop Dogg TROLLBOT.
I expect the swearing from Snoop.
All right, that's true. That's true. All right, so the next one, you all know our beloved Daniel Shaw, Storm Chaser, got trolled by Jeffrey Logsden 0. Jeffrey Logsden 0 said, "Damn, we needed Timmer in this one. He would have been all up in that big-ass tornado. You were like 15 miles away, and that just doesn't make for a good YouTube video anymore. If you're not trying to intercept or at least get close, stay home. Hell, I barely see anything but rain. We want to see the tornadoes, not the aftermath of people's lives ruined. Search Monster Wedge Tornado Intercept from the Bear's Cage. That is what we want to see, not people's houses and shit destroyed. We can watch that on the news. I understand you're out to warn people, but don't warn them and then post a video of their shit destroyed. The news does a good enough job covering that. Let's see the actual tornado and what it's doing, how it's moving, how strong it is, and the size. Just saying to many chasers who post videos of 2 seconds of tornado while they're running from it and then 45 minutes of people's lives ruined."
So he gets to the point pretty quickly.
Well, sort of.
He
that's like
he's obviously never
5-minute
storm chased either.
No.
Lord.
No. So good old Daniel, professional guy, right? He responds no different. He says, "Hello, Jeffrey. Please accept my apologies that I didn't drive close or into the debris field for your personal enjoyment. I failed you as a storm chaser. I promise to make a greater effort in the near future. Quick question. Know any good probate attorneys and funeral directors?" And I will tell you this, Daniel actually sent this to us specifically for Weather TROLLBOT.
Thank you.
Now,
so
listen,
we're
for
gonna-
anybody who doesn't know him, though, you got to do it in his voice, I hope.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see.
What the shit? I'm looking for your fucking video of Zero metering a tornado. Can't find it. Just trying to stay alive. So suck it, Jeffrey.
All right, so it wasn't Daniel. If you guessed that, it sounded like James Earl Jones, maybe a little Darth Vader there. I don't know, so there's Weather TROLLBOT 5000. She keeps evolving. She keeps I don't know if she's getting better, but she keeps evolving. We'll kind of say that.
Mesoscaleforecast.com brings us StormNet, a state-of-the-art deep learning model designed to revolutionize severe weather forecasting. The innovative tool is tailored to provide unparalleled real-time predictions of severe weather events, including probability of wind, hail, and tornadoes. And now they've added Hurricane Vision, a cutting-edge hurricane track and intensity prediction system that uses deep artificial intelligence to predict the track and future intensity of tropical cyclones. You've seen us use it on our Storm Front Freaks live outbreak coverage with meteorologist Storm Cat 5. Now you can use it as well. Visit Mesoscaleforecast.com and access live data subscriptions. Plus, when you enter the code STORMFRONT, you'll receive a 10% discount for life. Yes, for life. Go to Mesoscaleforecast.com.
All right, it's time for the Weather Trollbot 5000. And this is kind of where we find people who've been getting dragged online. And Phil found this great robot in a garage sale with great artificial intelligence. And what happens is when we find somebody screwing with one of our friends, we give it to the Weather Trollbot because most of our friends are more professional. And even if they're getting
Right.
dragged, they say
Right.
something kind of nice in return.
Right.
Or is that really what they're thinking? Well, Weather Trollbot's going to tell us the truth. So
It's really an interpreter, isn't it, Dina?
it is. It's a
Yeah.
mind reader,
Yeah.
actually.
It's good, and so we've, as you know, we've been playing around with a little AI, and so we keep doing some new patches on Weather Trollbot, and so I added a new patch this time around. Are you any of you fans of Iron Man?
Oh, yes.
And Jarvis?
Yes.
So we've got a Jarvis patch on Weather Trollbot 5000 today, so we're going to see how that works out. But I'm going to go to our first weather friend, Katie Nicolau, I think is how you pronounce her last name. But Katie's a meteorologist up at CBS in Lansing, Michigan. And so here was the challenge. So she posted this talking about, she said, she's talking about she had a ponytail on air. And this guy, Mark O'Brien. So, you know, for Trollbot,
Throw him under the bus.
Throw him under the bus.
Let's annihilate him.
Mark O'Brien says, good to grab onto when you're getting railed from the back.
Oh, what an
Wow.
asshole.
Come on. Come on.
Like who even
talks
types that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like anyway, so here's what
Asshole.
Katie said, right? So Dina, you talked about, and Greg, our friends are always professional and they respond professional. And Katie said, "Don't be Mark. I posted a forecast with my hair in a ponytail today, and Mark here decided that was the best comment he could make. I hate incels like him." All right.
That's, I mean, listen, I would expect nothing less from her than
Yeah.
that, right?
Exactly, but you guys know, let's see,
No.
everybody's we're all people, right? We all deal with
Right.
emotions, we all have things, and so if you're seeing, hey, good to grab onto
Yeah.
kind of BS, you know that's not what she was really thinking when she
No.
first read that. So here's what we do, as Dina said with Weather Trollbot, we're gonna go ahead and type it in to Weather Trollbot, and then she's gonna compute what Katie was apparently really thinking.
Here is what Katie was really thinking. What a fuckface. Someone needs to tie this shit sticks nutbag into a ponytail and rail on that motherfucker with a hammer.
Oh, that's awesome. And in Jarvis's voice, it's even better.
Oh,
That's great.
Man.
I'd
surprised
play
she
that
even
again
said
because that
anything.
actually was pretty. Katie was thinking really good there. I'd play that again, but I don't want MJ to have to edit all that a
Yeah, because I'm
second
calling him
time.
an a-hole through the whole thing. But
All
you
right.
think, as a woman, though, I'm just going to say this. Any guy who's talking like that, he ain't got a girl.
No, he does.
Yeah.
100% that's true.
Yeah.
Mark O'Brien. There you go.
Yeah,
All right, next
totally.
one. So Kim McDonald. Kim McDonald is with the Weather Network, and she had so
Up in
here's what-
Canada. Up
Yeah,
in Canada. Yeah.
your neck
yeah.
of the woods. Yep.
Yep.
I know somebody up in Canada. She said today is the 7th anniversary of my favorite clapback. And I love it because she spelled it like a Canadian, Favourite, favorite clapback. But so here it is. So Kim McDonald, 7 years ago, posted, "When thunder roars, get indoors. Hashtag life lessons learned in 5 words." Now, I'm going to ask you two.
That's
like,
pretty
is that
straightforward.
post, would that even warrant probably any kind of troll?
No.
But,
Only an
but
idiot.
here's KO. KO said, "Bitch, shut up."
Wow.
What an
After
ass.
posting when thunder roars.
And
Get
listen,
indoors.
she is the sweetest woman on earth. Like,
Is she?
oh yeah, no.
All right.
Unreal.
So we gotta type this bad boy in and see what we got.
Here is what Kim was really thinking. Wow. I said things more likely to get a pit-to-dick comment like this. Didn't expect it here. Fuck off, Carl.
So Kim, that
Nice.
actually wasn't too bad. So Kim must be pretty nice that even her TROLLBOT thoughts were not too bad. Not too bad. Pity dick comment. That was pretty good.
Pity dick.
That's a good one.
All right, so I'll say this: if any of you out there listening, watching, you guys see any trolls, any of our weather friends, hearing some stupid comments from trolls, let us know, and we'll in future episodes see what Weather TROLLBOT has to think.
Thank you for tuning in to the Stormfront Freaks podcast. You can watch our bi-weekly show live on youtube.com/stormfrontfreaks and download the audio version on your favorite podcast player. For links to our Patreon team of exclusive benefits, show notes, past shows, new videos, merchandise, and more, visit our website at stormfrontfreaks.com. While you're there, check out our interactive chaser radar from our friends at zoomradar.com. If you'd like to contact us with questions or make comments about the show, shoot us an email to questions@stormfrontfreaks.com or follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Search for Stormfront Freaks. We'd love to hear from you. Join us next time and tell a friend about the Stormfront Freaks podcast.